Hi everyone. Is my voice audible?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So today we will see with two real-time project scenarios. I said that I am going to explain two real-time projects so that you will know what a BA is going to do from day one till the project goes into production. So here I will be taking two projects. One project is developed by a startup company and another project is developed by MNC company, and one project is related to implementation and another project is related to enhancement, and one project is from healthcare domain and another project is somewhat like related to finance domain, so that we are going to cover each and every scenario. Okay, so this is a project somewhat which is related to healthcare, so it is developed by startup company. Okay, so as I said, first, if you are joining as a business analyst in any company, in an IT company, so first your project manager is going to give a document called as development document. So this is how the development document looks like. Okay. So this project is related to development of a website related to healthcare. That is nothing but test labs. What are test labs means? Diagnostic centers, which we are going to call in India. Suppose if you are feeling, if you are having a fever, or if you are having, if you are feeling something sick, so if you go to doctor, he will say to get your blood tested. So you will visit to diagnostic center and you will give sample of blood, and then you will take the test and you will be getting the report. So here the owner is nothing but the admin of this website. His objective is to put the different test lab centers details in his website. Okay, so that he want to make the test lab business online, so that the people, the users who want to take this service, they can browse this website and they can select a nearest test lab center from their location and they can take appointment online, and then after taking appointment, after getting confirmation, they can pay the amount online, and after that, on that particular day, whichever they have taken appointment. For example, today the date is like 23rd. So if you are taking appointment on 30th on August, so on that particular day on 30th of August, you have to visit to the particular test center. Then you have to give samples. Then after that, they are going to send the reports to you uh, through courier or mail. So if it is just only a report, they are going to send through mail. So if it is just like you need to take X-ray or something, they are going to send to courier. So this is the objective of this particular website. So this is how the development document goes. I will read, you can check it. So multiple locations appointment service shopping cart development. General needs: need to develop a shopping cart for service item that allows the user to choose where to purchase service with Google geolocation. The whole procedure of purchase and generate response for the user, the location manager, and the administrator. So user capabilities. So these are the facilities the user is going to have in this website. Select a package option 1 or 2 or etc. That means you are going to have packages, and select individual service. So in this website, you are going to have two options. You can select an individual service or you can select a package. For example, if you want to take only sugar test, you can select individual service. Now, if you want to take some combination of tests, like you want to do sugar test, blood test, and urine test. Okay. Now assume that individually, if you go for sugar test, let us say sugar test is of $10, blood test is of $10, and urine test is of $10. So if you go individually, it may cost you $30. But there will be packages. So in that package, there will be sugar test, combination of sugar test, blood test, and urine test. That will be $25 means. So if you go in a package, you are going to get $5 discount. Okay. Select location by zip with Google Maps, and the user can select the location in two ways. That is by giving zip code or by Google Maps. Then enter user information. The user has to enter this information, like he has to enter his name, last name, gender, date of birth, and email. Okay. Then enter credit card information for payment. So to make online payments, you can use these options like bank gateway credit card payment, PayPal, authorized.net gateway, Western Union cash payments. Okay. Then create a account or guest checkout. So the user can browse this website in two ways. That means you can create an account and get registered, or you can browse as a guest also. Okay. Then the user can edit account, edit orders, cancel orders, retrieve password, change password, and receive email notifications of all changes. Okay, these are the other facilities which user is having. So this is related to user interface. Okay. Then next one is administrator capabilities. That means the admin of this website, what kind of facilities or features he has. Then he can create packages. So he can create individual services. He can enter new locations. That means, for example, if anyone is keeping a new test lab and they knows about this website, so they will call the admin and they will say, we have a new test lab. We want, yeah. So we want our test lab details to be entered in your website. Then the admin can enter those details. Okay. Then assure user information, access user information. So he can receive orders and edit orders, and he can access user information, and he can send notice to the users and location managers of every change made. Okay. Then payment gateway for bank, merchant account, PayPal gateway, authorized.net gateway, Western Union cash payments. So these are the facilities that admin is going to have. Then next one is manager location capabilities. So here manager location means the owner of the test lab. So don't go confuse. The owner of the website is admin. Okay, the owner of the test lab. That means if suppose X, Y, Z, three people are there. So X is having one test lab center in Kentucky. Y is having, then he will become one location manager. So Y is having one test lab in Florida. Then he will become one test lab location manager. Then if Z is having one test lab in California, so he will become one location manager. So the owner of test lab is location manager, and the owner of this website is nothing but the admin. Okay. So what location manager will have means receive orders from assigned location. So for example, now if you are selecting a test lab, let us say it is in California. So once you select and complete the process, automatically that location manager in California, he will receive the details with your name and contact details and everything. So he can send notifications to user and administrator. So location manager can send notifications to user and administrator. For example, if you are giving samples and after that you will say, okay, at 6 p.m. you will get your results. Then at 5 p.m. you will send a SMS notification or something saying that we have dispatched your results. In this way, you will get notifications. Okay. Then here the client has given some prototypes. He wants the pages to look like this. So select package screen should look like this, and select location screen should look like this, and user information screen should look like this, and payment screen should look like this. He has given some sample of prototypes. So in this way, you are going to get the development document from the client to the project manager, and project manager will give this document to you. Okay. So our project manager has given this document and he said that go through the document. He has given 1 day of time because it is a small project. Okay. So it is only 2 pages development document, but if you are placed in big projects, you will get nearly 100 to 200 pages of document. Okay, they will be giving nearly 15 to 20 days of time to go through the document. It depends upon the size of the project. So my project manager has given 1 day time. He said, go through this development document and come back to me with your understanding. Now, as a BA, what we need to do is you have to go through this document till you understand each and every point. Okay. So you have to analyze, you have to understand each and every point. Okay. So the next day, I went to my project manager and I said that, yeah, I completed reading this document and I have come some couple of doubts. Then my project manager said that, okay, I am going to introduce you to the client, so you can directly get in touch with client. Then he arranged a conference. Okay, so in that conference, he introduced me, saying that this is so and so person. He will be the business analyst for your project. Henceforth, you can coordinate with him for anything. Then I got introduced with the client, and I said that, yeah, I have gone through your development document, and I have some couple of doubts. Then the client said that, okay, why can't you put all those doubts in a document so that I can discuss with my SME, that is subject matter expert and technical team, and I can revert to all those doubts. Then what I did, I have prepared query list. Okay, I will show you query list. So this is the query list. Okay, so whatever the doubts I have kept in this query list. This query list is nothing but just a type of gathering requirements. Okay, so here I have some couple of doubts. First are related to user related. So the first doubt is, what is the next step if user is logging in as guest? So if you see in development document, client said that user can browse the website through guest or account. You can see create an account or guest checkout. Now my doubt is, if user is creating account and get registered and browsing the website, what happens? And if the user is browsing the website without creating an account as a guest, then what happens? So the client did not mention anywhere the details. So I want to gather information. So I am putting as a doubt. Okay. Then should user include details like test type, package details and payment details while creating profile, or should give these details after creating profile? Now client said that user has to give details, but he did not specify when to give the details. Now my doubt is, while creating the profile only, the user has to give details, or after creating the profile, the user has to give details. For example, if you want to take a sugar test, assume that sugar test is of $10. Okay. So my doubt is, like when you're creating the profile only, you have to select which test you want to take, or after creating the profile, you will get an option to select which type. Okay. Now, in case if these details are mandatory to create a profile, then if user wants to change test type and package after registration, what is the procedure to be followed? How to adjust the differential amount of packages selected, as payment was already done by user for first selection? Okay. Now what is my doubt is, if in case if the client says that no, user has to give the details while creating the profile only. Now you will create a profile, and while creating the profile you will give you will select the test type as sugar test and you will pay $10. Now let us say you have taken the appointment after 10 days. Now after 5 days you don't want to go with sugar test, you want to go with blood test. Now assume that blood test is of $8. Now you are changing your test type. Now my doubt is how the differential amount will be adjusted. Already you have paid $10, but this blood test is of $8. So how the differential amount $2 will be adjusted? Is there any calculation procedure? So that client did not give to me. So I am putting as a doubt. Okay. Then should we give option of multiple test labs and packages in user profile? That means, for example, let us assume that your parents are having a diabetic. Okay. Now doctor prescribes some tests to your mother and some other test to your father. Now my doubt is, can you like book multiple tests on one profile or not? So that is my doubt. Okay. So in this way I have some user related, then there are some admin related doubts. So what are those means? The complete details about admin functions required. For example, if user has already opted for one test lab and in future days, the same test lab was deleted by admin from database. So again, if user want to reorder for the same, then what kind of notification and messages should be delivered to the user? Okay. Now, for example, I will give a scenario. Now, you are feeling that you are sick. So you went to doctor, doctor inspected and he said that there is some problem with your blood in your body. So I will be giving you some tests. So you get that test done and bring the reports. So you will write some tests. Then after that, you will open this website and you will select a nearest test center and you will take the appointment and you will go, you will give samples and you will collect the reports and again you will come back to the doctor. Now doctor says, yeah, there is some problem in your blood. So I am going to give some medicine. So you use these medicines for 15 days and after 15 days, again you come back with the same reports. Again you take the reports freshly. Again you get tested, whatever the reports I have written and again you come back. Then you will use medicines for 15 days and after 15 days again you want to take same test. So now you want to select the same test lab, but ensure that, but assume that that test lab has been shut down their business or they have shifted to other place. So in this scenario, what kind of error the system should give? What kind of message the system should display? So the client did not mention anything about this. So this is my doubt and I'm putting as a query. Okay. Then second one is send notice to the user and location manager of every change made. So required clear information, changes in respect of packages and test labs opted by the user or any other changes. So the client said that we can send notice to the user and the location manager, but he did not explain in detail what kind of notices that are related to. So that I want in detail. Okay. Then third one is if any new package and test labs are created or deleted or modified by admin, does this information should be given to location managers and registered users? If so, how the communication should be? Alert on website or more information? That means if admin is deleting any location or adding or modifying in the same way, if he is making changes in any package, so does this information should be given to the users and location managers or not? In case if it is mandatory, how this notification should be sent, whether through SMS or whether through email or what is the mode? Okay. So in this way, we have some admin related queries. Then next one is location manager related queries. So need complete details about location manager, the place where user taking the test labs and the location manager are same or different. That means now assume that you are in California in Fremont City and let us say your zip code is 52134. Okay. Now my doubt is, can you select a test lab center which falls in your same zip code or other than that also? Okay. So that is my doubt and I am keeping as a query. Then in case if both are different, explain the process of segregating locations to each location manager. So location should be segregated done as per region wise or area wise or distance wise. Okay. So how locations should be segregated as per, that means what is the process you are selecting to put the locations in the website? Like you mean that for every 2000 populations there should be 10 test lab centers, Is that option you are selecting? Or for every 10 kilometers you need to have 10 test lab centers? Is that process you are selecting? Or for north region you have to have 10 test lab centers, for south region you have to have 10 test lab centers? Is that way you are selecting? What is the process, how you are segregating? That details I want to know. Okay, then should any notification or message should be sent to the user related to estimated time getting result report? So in case if yes, same should be done by service points or location manager. Then should we provide an additional option in location manager settings or admin settings like view monthly count of users visiting the same locations, or most commonly used packages by users, or most commonly selected test labs for future analysis to improve the customer base? So my doubt is, shall we keep this kind of marketing advertising facilities? Like for a particular test lab center, how many customers are visiting, how many customers are regular, so what kind of test they are selecting. So this data should client require or not? Okay, so in this way, whatever the doubts you have after reading this development document, you have to analyze and you have to put it in this way, and you can gather the information if stakeholders are not available. Okay, so after sending this document to the client, he has taken 2-3 days, and after 2-3 days he has responded with each and every doubt whatever I have. That means now I got the requirements. Now after getting the requirements, what I do, I will prepare SRS document. Okay, so as I said, each and every company will give their own format of preparing SRS document. So my project manager said that, so this is very small project and the deadline for this project is only 45 days and the cost of this project is only $1,500. So no need to prepare SRS document in a professional way. So we are going to give a format, just complete this SRS document in this format. Okay, and this is the format they have given. So software requirement specification. So as I said, we have to mention the versions. Okay, then this is how the version history looks like. Okay, so this is first version prepared on so and so date, prepared by so and so people. Okay, then this is the table of contents. So our project manager said that there should be introduction, characteristics and functional requirements, and then sign off sheet. Okay, so they have given this format and I have prepared the SRS document under this format. So this is introduction part. Okay, so the purpose of this project is to develop a online shopping cart application for buying test labs by which user can take test lab at his nearest location by paying online. So user can choose where to purchase service with Google geolocation, the whole procedure of purchase and generate response from the user, the location manager and the administrator as per defined criteria. Okay, so these are the features. Like I have highlighted some features, like user can select a option with individual service or location with by zip code with Google Maps. User can select test lab and can register as a guest or create account, and he can make payment, and I have showed what are the alternatives for payments, and they can manage their accounts, and I have explained what are the other facilities that are there. Okay, so here user characteristics. So whatever the client has given, just I put in the form of a paragraph. So here in development document, client has given point wise. So I have collected all this and kept as a paragraph wise. That is the only thing which I did. I did not change anything. So for user characteristics and for admin and manager location. Okay. So that means in this website, we are going to have three actors: user, admin and manager location, and there will be three interfaces. So if user is browsing the website, he will get one interface. If admin is opening the website, he will get one interface. If manager location is browsing the website, he will get one interface. Okay. Then this is how the functional requirements I have given. So project manager said that there should be description what user can do with that functionality and how the system should respond. So each and every functionality should have a description and what user can do, what action user can do with that, and then system response, how the system has to respond. So this is nothing but just like creating a use case description document. Okay, so description is user profile and setting. This is the requirement. So in this user profile and setting, what user can do is user can register and create an account by giving details like name, last name, date of gender, date of birth, contact number, valid and unique email ID, package. He can register with single test or package and location details and desired password. Then unregistered user can give general details like name, general date of birth and contact number and can access the website as a guest. Okay. Then third one is if user access website as a guest, he can see only the basic information related to different test labs at different locations along with packages. Okay. So once after a registered user submits these details to create an account, they receive the verification mail on the registered mail ID, which needs to verify by clicking on the shared link. So once mail verification is done, a registered user is able to access the website with the registered mail ID and password. Okay, so these are the things the user can do. So if user is performing these actions, how the system should respond. So first one is if user is taking the registration as a guest, system should display only basic information and should give message to create an account for activation of selected packages. So this is the difference between guest user and registered user. Now, if you are not registering in the website, if you are browsing the website as a guest, so the system shows each and every information. Now, assume that like you have attracted with one package. Now you want to take that package. So if you select book that package, the system will not allow you. It will give a message saying that you are browsing the website as a guest. Kindly register to get this package. Okay, and it will take you to the registration page. Then you have to register. Then after that you can take the package. So if you are browsing as a guest, you can only see the information. You can't take the packages. If you want to take the packages, you have to get registered. So that is the difference between guest browsing and registered browsing. So if user is creating account, okay, system should check whether email ID is unique and valid or not. An automatic verification mail should be sent to the registered email ID for confirmation. So if user is creating account, system should ask the mail ID, and once the user gives email ID, system has to check whether that email ID is correct or not. In case if that email ID is already registered or if that email ID is wrong. So as per the situation, the system should give a message. Okay. So once user confirms email notification, system should allow accessing the website with full functionalities along with option to upgrade and downgrade packages. So if email ID is correct, then system should send a link to that email ID to activate his account, and the user has to open his email ID and he has to click on that link to activate. Okay, so once it get activated, the system should allow him to do all kind of activities. Then if email ID is not unique or invalid or already registered, should give error message as per situation. This I explained you. So registered profile details should be saved in the application database. So whatever you are doing, it will be saved in the application database. Okay. So in this way, we are going to explain the functional requirements because it is the responsibility of the BM. Now, see, for another functionality, a registered user can manage profile and do settings. So in settings requirement, whatever the user can do and how the system responds, I have explained here. So in this way, I have explained each and every functionality, the description and what user can do and how the system has to respond. Okay. And if you see the sign off sheet, so this is how the sign off sheet looks like. Okay. So this is required specification document, client name and project name and documents last modified by version number, date of last version, and we are going to take a approval from the client in this way. So I hereby agree and approve that the specifications in this document constitute the complete scope of the project and will consequently meet the business and functional needs. So any requirement not explicitly mentioned in the specification will be considered out of scope for this project, and after approval, any additions and changes to this document or referred objects will be pursued through change request process. So here the client has to approve and give his signature, and he has to keep his company seal. Then he is going to send the soft copy through mail and the hard copy through courier. That means the client will read all this, and if he is okay with each and every functionality, then he will give sign off on this SRS document. Okay. So once we get the signed off SRS document, then what we do, we will start preparing prototypes and mockups. Okay, we in the sense, generally the designing team is going to do this. But as I said, it is a startup company. So when I joined in this company, there were only 8 employees, project manager, me, and 3 testers and 3 developers. Okay. So at that time, there was no designing team. So what my project manager said is, okay, you take the responsibility of designing these prototypes and mockups. Now, I have used Bizagi and Azure software. These are the free softwares you can download from Google. So to prepare these prototypes and mockups, I use this software, Bizagi and Azure. Okay. And I have designed these prototypes and mockups. So this is the first page, how it looks like. Okay. And then second one is like login screen looks like this. Then once you log in, this is the page which shows blood work and fasting test. Here you can see the packages. Here you can see the individual services. So if you want to select package, you need to click on that. Then details will be getting. Like see, suppose if you click on blood work. So in this way, it explains what is blood work and how to take this test. Okay. Now see here, testing process is explained, lab visit and result turnover and connect to care. Okay. Now, if you want to place your order, again you have to log in for security reasons. Then after that, this is information you need to fill up. You need to select a lab location, name, last name, gender, date of birth, email ID. Then once you fill up, then it will take you to the payment options. So this is how the payment screen should look like. So credit card number you have to enter here, then expiry date and CVV number, and you have to accept all our terms and conditions, and you can click on place order. Okay. Then this is for managers. That means if location manager is browsing this website, so these are the options you will get: my profile, user details, view orders, fix appointment, upload results, manage test packages. Okay, my profile means you can visit, we can see his profile. Okay, user details means like whatever the service he provided to the users, that will be saved in the user details. And view orders, that means for example, if you are selecting this location manager, so once you complete the process in view orders, it will be blinking like 2 new orders, 3 new orders. So if you click on that, you will know what are the new orders. Then you will take your name and contact number from that, and you will make a call saying that you have taken appointment in my test lab. So your appointment is on 30th August at 5 p.m. So are you sure? Are you sure that you are going to come on that day? If you say yes, then you will click on fix appointment. If you say no, I'm going to change that, then you will be keeping in pending. Okay. So after that, upload results. So once you give samples to him, and if testing is been completed, then he's going to upload the result here. Once he uploads, automatic email will be, you will be receiving automatic email and SMS alerts saying that your results uh, are on the way, like you will be reaching within 15-20 minutes, like that. And manage tests and packages. So within his test lab, if you want to create a test lab, or if you want to create a new report or new test or new individual service, or if you want to change the rates, you can do here. Okay. Then next comes to admin portfolio. That means if admin is browsing the website, these are the options he will have, like my profile, user details, view orders, control panel, view payments, manage tests and packages. So in control panel, you can create tests, you can delete tests, you can add new locations, all you can do. Okay. So these are the prototypes which I prepared. So I have shown these prototypes to the client. He says that prototypes are okay. Then you can start doing development work. Okay. So once we submit these prototypes and mockups and SRS document to the development team, so I explained what are the different functionalities that we are having in this particular website, and I have given these prototypes, and I said that so you need to develop the code for that. Okay. Then the project goes to the development stage. So what I used to do is daily I used to come to the office, and after that I will be sitting with the development team, and they used to do development, and I was watching whether they are doing the development as per the SRS document and as per the prototypes or not. So in case if they are getting any doubts, they used to ask me, and I used to explain them. In case if I have a doubt, then I used to have a meeting with the client, and I used to clarify. Then I used to explain to them. Okay. So after development is completed, then we have given this project to the testing. As I said, there were 3 members to do testing, and they started doing testing also. Okay. So I used to help them, like what are the scenarios you have to test. So whatever the queries I kept for the client, so the same queries I given as a scenarios to the testers. So they used to test that, and they used to say whether it is getting pass or fail. So in case if it is fail, we have testers. I said the testers to analyze why it is getting failed, whether there is problem with development team or development, or whether there is functionality problem or whatever it is. Okay. So after completing testing, then we have informed to the client saying that your website is ready. We have tested everything, and this is our testing report. These are the test cases which we have tested. Then the client said that okay, after 1 week we are going to deploy this project to the production. Then after 1 week we have deployed the project. Then we have given 3 months of free service to the client to check if the project is giving any bugs or not. If bugs are coming, then we used to fix those bugs, and then we used to move as a patch in the production. Okay. So this is how the BA is going to work on a project from start to end. These are the responsibilities he will take care. So as this is a small project, so here you won't find much responsibilities. But when you go into real time, depending upon your project size, depending upon the projects, you will be getting different scenarios. So that all depends upon the project to project. So the end, what you have to understand is how you have to perform your responsibilities, and what kind of actions you have to take in each and every phase of SDLC. So whatever the project size is, whatever the team size is. So suppose if you are 100 members team, so that could be divided into 10 small teams, and each team you are going to have developers, testers, and BA. Then also you will follow the same SDLC process. Suppose if 100 members team members are there, so there could be 20 to 30 developers, 20 to 30 testers, and there could be 10 to 12 BAs. Again, the 10 to 12 BAs are going to share the same kind of roles and responsibilities. Okay. So this is one project. Then next we will see with second one. So second project is related to finance background. Okay, this is related to finance and it is developed by level 5 company. So I want to explain like how the work culture will be there in startup companies and how the work culture will be there in level 5 companies. And before we have seen implementation, and this is enhancement project. So that is nothing but RUD, written undelivered document management system. So before going into this project, I need to give some information related to this domain and what is this Carvey Computer Share Private Limited. Okay, so this project I was handled when I was working for Carvey Computer Share Private Limited. So what is this Carvey Computer Share Private Limited means? It is not a IT company. It is a financial service company. So it is the number one company in India for financial services. So it provides all financial services. Okay. And this Carvey was acting as a register and transfer agent to all mutual funds. Now, what is this register and transfer agent and what are mutual funds? Now, if you take the mutual fund domain, what are mutual funds means? The investors are going to invest in mutual funds. Okay. So how the mutual fund business goes means, like for example, there will be different mutual funds. So now take HDFC mutual fund. So HDFC will become AMC. AMC stands for Asset Management Company. Okay. So if that mutual fund is related to HDFC, now HDFC should not get directly in contact with the investor as per the SEBI guidelines, SEBI. SEBI stands for Security Exchange Board of India. Okay. So it should not get directly in touch with investors. So there should be a mediator between the HDFC and the investor. So the Carvey was acting as that mediator, that is register and transfer agent. Okay. So once if the fund is released, fund is open. So from the point of registration till the mutual fund is getting redeemed, everything will be taken care by Carvey. So opening of mutual fund, then processing, then whatever you want to do in the middle, if you want to sell or if you want to redeem or if your dividends are not coming, so everything will be taken care by Carvey. Okay. So Carvey is register and transfer agent. So at that time when I was working in Carvey, there were nearly 42 mutual funds in India. So Carvey was acting as a register and transfer agent for all those 42 mutual funds. So it's a big company. So we have nearly 50,000 employees, and Carvey was having branches in Pan India of about 400 branches. Okay. Now, how the process goes in mutual fund means, basically investors are going to invest in mutual fund because of some reasons. The reasons could be to get benefits in long term or to get tax benefits on their income or to get short term benefits. So these are the reasons. So based on the nature of their investment, they are going to have different types of mutual funds. For example, to get long term benefits, they used to select dividend options. So where there will be a lock-in period for 5 years and 10 years. So you can't remove that amount, but you will be getting dividend. So again, you will have options in the dividend, whether you want monthly dividend or quarterly dividend or yearly dividend, whether the dividend should be credited to your account or whether the dividend should be reinvested. Okay, in this way, you will have multiple plans, multiple options. In the same way, if investor want to go with tax benefits, so he will invest in tax benefit schemes. Okay, tax saving schemes. In the same way, if the investor want to have short-term benefits, so he will invest in liquidity funds. So like he can invest today and he can just get redeemed tomorrow. Just how we are going to do trading. Okay. So in these different types of mutual funds, you will have different options, different plans. Okay. So once you invest money in mutual funds, the fund manager is going to split that investment and is going to invest in different companies. Okay. Now assume that if you are invested in dividend plans, so you are going to get dividend. What is dividend mean? A part of profit which company is getting will be given to the investors. Okay. Now example, if your fund is invested in a company and it is getting a profit of 100 crores, so 50 crores will be given to the investors who has invested in that, and 50 crores is divided as per the amount of investment you have done. Okay, that is nothing but dividend. Okay, so when dividend is released, then the CARB is going to give information to the fund AMC. Okay, so AMC is going to say, so this mutual fund, this plan, this scheme, so we got a dividend. Then what CARB will say? CARB will give list of investors who are there in that plan. Suppose say there are 10,000 investors. So it will send a Excel sheet saying that this is the name, this is the contact number, this is the name of the investor, this is the account number, and they have invested this much of amount and this much of dividend they have to get. In this way, it will send a list. Okay. In the same way, it will send the list to the banker also, because this dividend amount should be released to the investors. So if that list contains the details of bank details of the investor, directly the banker is going to credit the dividend amount to the investor bank. If investor is not willing to give bank details, so what the banker will do is going to prepare a warrant. Warrant is nothing but just like a DD. Okay. So they are going to prepare a warrant, what is the amount of dividend they are getting with their name, and they will dispatch to the CARB. Now, CARB head office is in Hyderabad. So each and every operation will take care from Hyderabad. So the banker used to dispatch all these warrants to the Hyderabad CARB. Now Hyderabad CARB, what they have to do? They have to dispatch these warrants to the investors through courier. Okay. Now, once they receive the warrants, CARB, what they used to do is they will give to the courier department, and courier department should start dispatching. Now assume that the main branch of CARB is in Hyderabad. Now the investor belongs to Delhi. Okay, so the CARB courier team is going to dispatch that warrant to the Delhi investor. Now assume that Delhi investor the courier got returned. So there are reasons why the courier gets returned. For example, if the courier bank boy is visiting that place and the investor door is locked, then it will get returned. If the investor has changed his address and forgot to mention to the CARB, then also it get returns. So if the investor address does not have courier service, then also it gets returned. Okay. So in this way, if the warrant is getting returned, so the CARB has to save this warrant in a godown. Why? Because every year auditing goes. The SEBI is going to do audit because it is a public money. So strictly they are going to do audit. So in audit, each and every account should be get tallied. Okay. So for that reason, they have to save the return warrants in the godown. Okay. So whatever the warrants that are saying, whatever this process goes on, this process goes with the application called as RUD, written undelivered documents, written undelivered document management system. So we have an application called as RUD, that is written undelivered document management system. Okay. Now, one fine day, our CEO called the ID team. So Carby used to have their own applications. So for that applications, they are having internal IT infrastructure with 250 to 300 employees. So for that internal IT infrastructure, I was working as a BA. Okay. So one fine day, the CEO made a call and we had a meeting with CEO, and he said that, so whatever the RUD management system is there, it is not giving accurate data. So every year SEBI is doing audit and we are getting some mistakes. The information is not correct and they are imposing a fine of nearly 400 to 500 crores of rupees. Okay, every year SEBI was imposing 400 to 500 crores of rupees as a fine, as we are not maintaining proper data. So I don't want to have this repeated again. So whatever you do, you have to enhance the RAD application system and ensure that this RAD application is showing accurate data, accurate information. So this is the thing which he said to us in the meeting, and he has given some time, like 6 months of time, saying that if you want to change the system, you can change, or if you want to change the application, you can change, or if you want to enhance the application, you can enhance. Okay. Then we have taken this as a challenge. Okay. Now we started doing analyzing. So in this analysis process, first we have followed gap analysis. So what is that gap analysis means? Actually, what is the process, desired process, and what is happening in the system, current process. So for this purpose, we have taken the help of BCC team, branch control coordination team. So first we have approached them and we have taken the exact process. So what is the exact process means? Once if the warrants are getting dispatched from the Hyderabad main Karvi branch to any branch in India, so if that warrants are getting written, for example, now from Hyderabad we are dispatching a warrant to the Delhi investor in Delhi. So if that warrant is getting written, every state will have a Karvi branch. So the courier team has to return that warrant to the Delhi Karvi branch, not Hyderabad. So what the Delhi Karvi branch has to do is, it has to keep this warrant for 2 weeks with them. And in these 2 weeks, they have to give 2 more trials. So first trial is the Delhi Karvi has to redispatch this warrant to the investor through the local courier. So whatever the local courier is famous in that area, so they have to dispatch through that local courier. In case again if it is getting written after 2 or 3 days, again they have to redispatch this warrant through register post. So after that also if it is getting written, then it is the responsibility of the Delhi Karvi to send this to the Hyderabad branch saying that we have done 2 attempts. So again we are getting written. So please save this in the go down. In this way they have to return. So this is the process, desired process. But in current process, what was happening was, now courier is getting written and this Delhi branch is receiving this courier. But after that, the Delhi branch is not performing their roles and responsibilities. They are simply throwing the courier everywhere. So they neither are not doing any 2 times attempts to the investor, nor they are not sending back to the Hyderabad main branch. So they are throwing. So that's the reason the information is not getting entered into this ROD system. Okay. So by doing gap analysis, we have identified this is the gap which we are getting, because as branch people are not performing their roles and responsibilities, the information we are not getting reached. Okay. Now we have identified this mistake and we have given a solution. What is that solution means? Like in till now the process is like we used to like get the information. We used to tag the information only with the help of consignment numbers, whichever the courier is giving with the help of consignment numbers. But we have changed the process. What is that process means? Like while these warrants are getting printed, so at that time only we ask the banker to give a barcode number. Okay, that means after warrants are getting printed, so we ask to put a barcode number on that warrant. Now we are doing tracking based on the barcode number, and we are synchronizing these barcodes in the system. So how we have changed the system means, like suppose if there are investors in Delhi, nearly 20 to 30 investors. Okay, so we are synchronizing this barcode with their accounts. Now, if Delhi branch opens, for example, Delhi investor is not getting his warrant, he will make a call to the Delhi branch saying that you have declared dividend, I did not get amount. Then they will ask the account number. So once they put the account number, so the system is going to give a pop-up saying that these are the warrants which are pending from your end. So you have to close the status of these warrants. So it will give a list like these are the warrants which are dispatched through your branch code. You have to close the status. So unless and until they track and close this status, the system will not allow to enter into the customer's information screen. So in this way, we have done that as a mandatory action. So once we are sending, we are going to send the list of warrants which we have sent to them. Okay, so whenever they open the system, it will give a pop-up saying that this is the list of barcode numbers which you did not update it. Okay, so if they want to open that particular account, if that information is updated, only it will allow them to open that account. If that information is not updated, it won't allow, it will block. So at that time the branch people got alerted, so they started tracking. From that time they started tracking. Okay, if you are going to get the warrants, you have to dispatch to the customer or you have to send back to the branch. So they started performing their roles and responsibilities. So they started resending it to the 2 times. Again, if it is getting returned, they started sending back to the branch saying that this is a barcode number we are dispatching. Now branch, that head office is maintaining the records properly. Okay. So now whenever the customer make a call to the Delhi branch, so once if they open the system, it will show the information. Okay, this warrant we have already sent back to the head office. So it got returned because the door is locked. So we will say, they will say to the customer saying that on this particular day, our courier person reached you, but your door was locked. Then the customer says, oh, on that day I was not there, or I have shifted my house. In case if he says I shifted my house, then we will say, okay, give me the proof of new address. We will update, and accordingly from next time you are going to get to the new address. Okay. So this is the work which we have done in this project, that is enhancement project. And this is how the quality of work will be there. So this is a BRS. As I said, for enhancement project, you are going to prepare BRD document. Okay. So this is how the quality of the work goes. This is the version history. So in this way, we are going to prepare the versions. And here you have reviewers and approver signature and everything. Okay. And this is the contents. What is the goals and objectives? then scope, prerequisites of process, end of process, current business process, assumptions, risks, okay, proposed recommended business process, then flow charts, checkpoints, SWOT analysis, okay. Then we have explained each and everything. What is the goal and objective? So the goal of this document to understand the current business process and to provide detailed guidelines to branches on actions to be taken in case where investor warrant is returned by courier speed post. So the objective is to identify various reasons due to which investor warrants could not be delivered to the investor and then recommend a process for closure of each case. Okay. Then scope, identify various reasons for return warrants and evaluate each case and recommend new process to arrest delay in returning warrants, and prerequisites of new business process. So what are the prerequisites, and at the end of the process what is going to happen, and current business process. So in this current business process we will explain step by step what we are going to do in the current business process and a process flow diagram. So in this way we will explain how the entire process goes, and step by step we have explained. Okay. Then after that, this is the missing thread. You can see at branch, send back all RUDs to HO is not happening, that is head office. And then all the RUD warrants lying in branch for quite long time, for them neither updating nor tracking is happening. So this is the gap which we identified while doing gap analysis. Then there are some assumptions like branches will capture the barcode and input the status of undelivered warrants within R+1. That is, this is a turnaround time. An auto-generated report on a daily basis or weekly basis to be triggered. Then risks are there. Then proposed and recommended business process. So in proposed and recommended business process, again we have explained what is the modified process, what is the new process that you need to follow. Again we have explained step by step, and here also we have given the process flow diagram. Okay, so whatever you are seeing in this yellow color is nothing but the new things which we have added in the modified process. Okay, and here there are checkpoints, and this is how we are going to prepare SWOT analysis. As I said, I'm going to explain you about the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis related to a project. So here you can see the SWOT analysis. Okay, so here there are strengths. So you can see streamlined process can be used globally across all units, branches and all locations. SMS alerts regarding dispatch details, barcode capturing. And weakness are user need to perform the action of punching the details in Quebolt. Quebolt is nothing but the application which the branches are going to have. That is Carvi branch online transaction. So incorrect mapping of barcodes to folios and launch of barcode reader guns across all branches. And in the absence of barcode reader guns, user need to put manually to capture the barcode and wrong entry of barcodes. Okay, and in the same way opportunities. So by implementing this, what kind of opportunities you get means easy tracking of RUDs, then faster communication to investors through SMS, then faster communication to units through automails, and threats, missing barcodes of RUDs. So in case if you must to put a barcode number on any particular warrant, then it will become difficult to track. Okay, so this is how we are going to prepare the BRS. So here SWOT analysis we are going to do in this way. Okay, so this is all about our project number 2. Do you people have any doubts in this? Yes guys?
No, sir.
Okay, then I will be sending the recording video. So tomorrow we will meet and we will discuss about how to prepare your resume, and I will be showing some interview questions, what kind of interview questions you are going to get. Okay,
Okay. Sir, for resume, do we have to start from the scratch, or you will update an existing resume?
see, it depends, like if you are getting from the management, so they are going to take care of your resume preparation, but As it is a part of program, I will explain how to prepare your resume. But as you are from management or as you are from consultancy, they will take care of your preparing resume and marketing and everything.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then we will meet tomorrow at the same time.
Okay, sir.